This is my hotel in Mecca. Just wanted to capture a few of it. That hasn't been done. But I like this calligraphy. That's quite good instead of having pictures and so on. So this is kind of cool. And this is a 5-star hotel called the Millennium. And it looks pretty good. It has all the amenities that is needed. The washroom is clean. Even I have this safe I just emptied. Not much inside anymore. And then you also have, iron your clothes. And here is the sink. I mean, if it's clean and you have lots of towels and so on, it's good. So I had a good time here, except for the leak a little bit here. That is one of the manufacturing defects, but otherwise everything is quite neat and clean instead of using public toilets. And by the way, the public toilets around Haram in Medina, oh my god, they are really well cleaned, I would say. And the whole credit goes to the workers. And from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, they do a really good job. And likewise, I would say also here in Mecca. In Mecca, actually, we have more population, people coming in for Umra, for Hajj, and so on. And definitely, I mean, it's not easy to even walk, but it's manageable still. If you are good in health, no problem. So this is from the night floor. As you can see here, it's most of it is like dry and everything. But something is amazing. I went to the shops around Haram, and there was, you have many shops, and the food is good. I never had any issues with my stomach, and it was really very good. And you have anything coming from all around the world. You have fruits, you have this, you have that, where in the desert you couldn't have that. And guys, this is really the prayer of our Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. When he first came here, all he saw is just the Zamzam well, and that's it, not much else. And he prayed to Allah that in order for the people to come and congregate here, they will need food, they will need this and that, lots of stuff. And this is what I see. It's a miracle. If you go to the food courts, you have everything and anything you want to eat, halal. And I never had any problem with my stomach. So that was definitely a good experience. So today I'm leaving back to Jeddah, and I will then spend a few more days at my sister's place before going back to Canada. One remarkable thing I would say, so many people come here, not only here but in the Haram area, and make a remarkable job. Especially, people like this. Assalamu alaikum. Your name?
Ariful Islam.
Ariful Islam. We really appreciate the cleanliness, you do in Haram area, also here. Mashallah, it's very good.
Very good.
We really appreciate that. May Allah reward you for that. Inshallah. And this is Masjid in Nimra, where our Holy Prophet ﷺ, he gave his last sermon. And this is what it is. I'm not sure why they have closed it, but one can go into one of those gates that we can see here and pray there, 2 rakat nafal. And this is also a historic place where our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave his last khutbah before leaving this planet. And this is Mudalfa. This is where our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he stayed overnight for performing the Hajj. There's also nearby is Mina, but once we go there, then we can show. And so that's the masjid. So of course, they have quite modernized it. Even for those who cannot walk, they have certain disability, they have started train. And I remember this road that we drove on, this one, it's now brick layered. It's actually less heat absorbing, because especially if Hajj comes in the summer months, then this becomes very hot. I remember very well when I did my Hajj way back in the 90s. That was somewhere around 1993. Yeah, 1993. And the heat was unbearable because of the black asphalt was giving heat from the ground, and on top you had, of course, the sun full swing. But even then they had something, those sprinklers to lower the temperature, and that was also good. But in any case, way back then, when you are younger, of course, you can do a lot of stuff. Yeah, so this is Mina, and I have been here in the 90s, and I can see now there's a lot of changes. For example, you have here permanent tents which are fireproof, because it used to happen quite off and on. People used to get burned alive, of course, in the shoulder, and so I see a lot of change here. I mean, all of this did not exist before. You can see here, these are the tents, and and you have also toilets.
एक छोटा से ये कुब्बा देख रहे हैं पहाड़ के ऊपर
जी,
वो हज़रत इब्राहिम अलैहिस्सलाम हज़रत इस्माइल अलैहिस्सलाम को ज़बीहा करने वाले थे, तो उस जगह में एक खारूफ आ गया।
अच्छा ये वो वाली जगह है।
हाँ, वही जगह है।
अच्छा वो okay. On that mount you can see a small structure, so that is the place where Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam almost sacrificed his son, but then his son was ransomed by a ram, and that's the place. Can we go there or no?
No.
Okay, all right, that's fine, thanks. And also, just a minute. And also, so I have to repeat this a little bit, because these are tents and they are fire retardant also. And the Jumarat is, it was actually at the back. You can see that. Right now I'm in the car and we can't really stop here, but just for a few seconds maybe. And and it's much more, I would say, convenient now. You can see in the distance you have all the WCs being built. It's already built there, and the way back in the 90s it was quite different. I remember very well. Even the Jumarat was open, and it was a feat, to do that. But I hope now people will find it much more easier, because it's also air conditioned. The distance is Jabal Noor, and I hope to climb it. I even brought my chili hat, and will take some water also, of course, but I will try to climb this one. This is where our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he went up there where he received his first revelation, Umra, from Jibreel. Okay, this is a cemetery, and this is where the beloved wife of our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, she was buried here. So it's you can't go inside, of course, but in the distance you can see the whitish stuff, right? The white area, and that's where Hazrat Khadija radhiyallahu anha lies buried. And there are also other cemeteries, right? So other graves also over here. Okay. So my guide tells me that even now, they are buried here. And as you can see, there's these are unmarked graves, which is something that is in Islam. It should be an unmarked grave. So you said also your sister?
My sister, my father.
Okay, my guide's sister and father also lies in this cemetery. but it has a historical significance because of the Prophet's first wife, Hazrat Khadija radiyallahu anha. Surah Jinn. Okay. Yeah, so this is the place where our Prophet, he was reciting Surah Jinn, and that's when the Jinn heard this and they actually obeyed his message. And it's in Surah Jinn. Actually, once you read it, I will actually put the post in the video itself. And so this is again a very historic place. Right, I'm at the foot of the mountain of Jabal-e-Nur, and we can see here quite some development. You have a lot of shops here, and many people come here from different places. And yeah, even those large LCD screens, which is part of this Jeddah Saudi Arabia thing. Lots of stuff. So I'm going to attempt the ascent. Actually, as you can see, people are already climbing. My guide has left me at this point because it's going to take some time, probably 2 hours or so. So I will try the ascent now. Okay, this is the foot of the ascent, which I will do. Since it's December, it's not as hot as it gets in the summertime. And I brought my chili hat along with me. And as you can see, they have made it into a kind of a trail where people can easily go and climb without slipping. So I'm at the foot of Jabal-e-Nur, and this is where our Holy Prophet ﷺ, he received his first revelation. And as you can see in the back, you have it, they have made it into a nice trail. It should be easy to go up, and of course easier to come down. The good part is that you have lots of people, even older people, they are going up there without much of a difficulty. Of course, you huff and puff a little bit, but otherwise it's going to be an easy, not that difficult like our Prophet used to. Of course, all of this was not like this. It was rocky and everything, but it would be good, to follow in the footsteps of our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, where he received his first revelation via Hazrat Jibreel Alayhi Salam. Alright, so I'll attempt the ascent now. I am huffing and puffing my way up. It's quite an ascent. And during our Holy Prophet's time, this must be not as even as it is now. So I'm almost halfway, and this is how it looks like if you look down from here. So I'll huff and puff for another 5 minutes before I try to ascend my way up. And you can see even we have women, children going up, and I should be more courageous. Even people who are older than me are doing their speed. Okay, Rizwan, shame of you. Really, look, elderly people, they are making it easier than what you can do. In any case, I hope the clock tower is visible from here, hardly. But I was wondering, how our Prophet made it all the way, first walking to the foot of the mountain and then climbing up. That must be really some feat. But mashallah, he had the strength of climbing. That's what we hear. As you can see, there's this one snake coming down. This nice gentleman, he saw it. Oh my goodness. This looks like a real dangerous one.
देखिए
I
अल्लाह
think
ताला ने इसके रहने के लिए भी इन पहाड़ों में जगह बनाई है।
बिल्कुल और उसका खाने पीने का इंतज़ाम किया yeah Woo! Coming down I'll go away from here
ये यहाँ चली गई तो नहीं आएगा सांप है
yeah
जो कि भाग गया
so I met a new friend and I can take you a photo right your video is okay okay and he is able to climb up without huffing and puffing like we do and which is quite amazing because in his younger years he was doing the same thing as a government servant in India so that was all hilly area and therefore he has a good training now he is close to 70 and he's still able to do a lot of stuff which we younger guys cannot do right so anyways we are going to attempt the rest of it okay inshallah Alright guys, I finally made it up to the top. You know, that old guy whom I met halfway, his name was Irfan Ahmed. And he was already up top and he prayed two rakah here before going down. And I'm really ashamed of myself. Shame on you, Rizwan.
उठान ना
I'm amazed to see butterflies here. Oh my god. Can you see? Please go away. I can see here a butterfly. Man, that's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, see? I wonder
crocodile Bobby
all the way up here. Because it's not their habitat. MashaAllah. Butterflies.
माशाल्लाह
Yeah. Again, this is from the top. As you can see, many people, unfortunately, they also litter here. I have 2 bottles also, but I'm going to hold on to them until I get to somewhere it can be thrown away. Again, from a distance, I hope you can see it. It's hardly visible. The clock tower, where Haram is. No problem. And that's where the haram is. I was wondering, like all the way, our Prophet ﷺ, he came to the foot of the mountain and climbing it. MashaAllah, I mean that's really amazing. So at the far is Ziaret. This is where our holy Prophet ﷺ, he hid with his companion Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq and yeah, so they had to hide from the kuffar before they were migrating and they were almost, tracked and could be killed, but, Allah was protecting them, so no one could touch them. And so when the kuffar came, they couldn't find them. And then they proceeded to Medina. And this is actually quite at a height, so the locals tell me it takes about 3 hours, which I won't go there. But from a distance, this is what it looks like. This is Ziaret. Alright, so this is from the foot of the mountain, Ziaret. Our holy Prophet ﷺ, he hid with his companion Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. And this is how it looks like from the foot of the mountain. And some people actually try to make it on the top, where actually our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam hid with his companion. And however, the ascent is quite, as you can see, quite huge, not easy. So the local, my guide who is with me, he told me it takes about 3 hours. So definitely I don't have the time for it because I'm here in the haram for a few days and I would rather like to pray at the haram, inshallah. This is just in the morning after Fajr time. I decided to this ziarah, and here is something that we can all read what it says here. And I'll put a more detailed description once I'm editing the video. This is the beginning of Arafat, where all people on the day of Yawmul Hasab, they will be, gathered in this place, right from Hazrat Adam alayhi salam all the way to the last human being who is going to come over here. And so this is going to be the place where people will be assembling. Right now, of course, we can only see the roads, but this Allah will make it all, a straight plane. This is Jabal-e-Rahmat, and this is where our parents, Adam and Eve, alayhi salam, this is where they met. So I wonder why they were not put in one place from heaven to this planet called Earth. But it's all the hikmah of Allah. This is where they met. I'll try to get as close to this mount as possible, as you can see in the distance. And yeah, so it has more or less become like a tourism place. Alright, so yeah, this is a better focused picture I can see here. Alright, so I'm standing at the foot of the mountain Jabal-e-Rahma, where our parents Hazrat Havva and Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, they met. Sorry, I'm sometimes in the English mode, they say Eva, so therefore I said, but it's actually Havva alayhi salam and we have Adam alayhi salam, and this is the place where they met. But due to the hikmah of our Lord Allah, they actually met after several years. When they were brought to this earth, to this planet Earth, and this is the place where they had met. I'm not going to climb up the mountain because it's going to take a little bit of a time, and I have other places to visit, and which I will do now. I have the guide with me, and of course there's limited time. I would like to return to Haram before the second Salah, which is Dhuhr. Before I leave, I just wanted to take a more panoramic view. They have made it like more like a tourist spot over here, and which is good in a way, so it helps the people to navigate much more easily. Cars are not allowed here, and I'm now going back to where my guide has parked his car.